At ngayong gabi, makakapanayam natin ang 3-time World Ironman champion na si Rinny Carfrae at ang organizer ng Bataan World Triathlon na si Arland, Macasieb. Rinny and Arland, thank you so much for taking time out to join us here tonight on The Score.
Thanks for having us. Yeah.
Rinny, I'll start with you. For those who aren't familiar with you yet and the sport of triathlon, how did you get into the sport? Where are you from in Australia exactly? And what made you decide to compete here in the Philippines?
Yeah, so I'm from Brisbane in Australia. I actually live in Boulder, Colorado now. I sort of moved just because triathlon really took me to the US. I got into triathlon when I was about 19, almost 15 years ago now. And I came to this race just because I'm looking for new experiences. I've never been to the Philippines before, so the race organizers contacted me and told me about BI3, Bataan International Triathlon, and it sounded just like a great opportunity to experience a new culture and have a bit of fun at the end of my season.
Arland, let's go to you. You are a 3-time Philippine national triathlon champion, 2-time SEA Games gold medalist. You're based in the East Coast, and this is the second time you're doing the BI3. What can racers expect, or what can triathletes expect to see this weekend?
Well, the BI3 race is a race like no other. You know, here in the Philippines, a lot of our races, like at least in Luzon, are mostly in Subic. So you go to Subic, and for me, it's just like being in America. You know, the streets are proper. You know, it's like being, you know, in California, you can see the water. It's really nice, but to me, it's nothing new. But if you go to a race like Bataan, and, you know, we have these century-old homes, and, you know, the beaches, and then the big hills, like, it's really something different that you don't find in other races in the Philippines or in the world. Me being, you know, Phil Am, that was actually born and raised abroad, like, to go back and take the eco tour afterward, and like, you know, what they teach you about the history of these houses. It really, you know, teaches you a lot about your history and your roots, and I think it's a really cool venue. You know, there's nothing like it anywhere.
Rinny, before you were telling us that this is your first time in the Philippines, what's your impression of the country before coming here, and what's your expectation about the race in Bataan?
Yeah, so I have a lot of professional triathlete friends who have come and raced in the Philippines, and they just come home and rave about how much the sport's growing, and the participation and the support that they get when they come over here. So I've heard nothing but positive things about the Philippines and its triathlon scene, so I figured it was time for me to get out here and check it out for myself.
Talking about how the sport has grown, being a Phil Am, Arland, what can you say? What have you observed past few years about how the sport has grown, and what do you think is the future for the sport here in the Philippines?
Yeah, well, so I started, my first race here was back in 1999. I did half Ironman in Matabungkay, Batangas, and I met basically all the triathletes in the country were at that race, and I used to know every triathlete in the Philippines on a first name basis. Now, I can't. There's too many, you know, but that's a good problem, you know. So I've seen the growth through the years. Like, there was a handful of races. Now we have 2 Ironman branded races, or 4 really, and then there was 2 challenge races. So, you know, I could really just stay here full time and just rate and not have to leave the Philippines anymore. I think part of it is having the Ironman brand. It has been a big thing, and you know, Rio helping the running, and getting the running boom going. So all those things coming together, like, and Filipinos just realizing that they need to be healthier, need to eat healthier, need to work out. Like, I think it's a very good trend, and I hope it continues.
Rinny, could you share with us a little bit about your preparation for the BI3? And Arland was talking about diet and preparation. Could you share with other triathletes your advice on how to prepare for a race like this?
Yeah, I mean, I think it takes definitely a fair amount of preparation. For a race like this, I would suggest probably 2 months of preparation just to learn how to ride your bike, clip on pedals, swim in the ocean. That's very unfamiliar for a lot of people. And then the transitions too. People forget about the swim to bike transition and the bike to run transition. It's very different running off the bike as opposed to just running by itself. Your legs feel a lot heavier. So getting used to those transitions and being comfortable with how uncomfortable that is. It takes a little bit of time, but yeah, I think anyone who does a triathlon and crosses that finish line really is a great sense of accomplishment and something that you should be proud of.
Going into a little bit of the specifics for the race this weekend, Arland, what are the categories that are going to be there, and what are the distances that we're talking about?
So there's two distances. There's the Rapido, which I think is like a sprint distance, and then there's the Largo, which is the one we're doing, which is a little bit longer than Olympic distance. So 1.5K swim, which is the same as an Olympic, then a 55K bike, which is with some big hills. And
this is for the heavy hitters like you guys.
Well, and then the 11K run, which is also pretty nice too. But it's yeah, like you said, it's not a full Ironman, but does present its unique challenges. And sorry, the other part of the question.
Well, do you think as a follow-up, what do you think about the competition this coming weekend? Do you expect a lot of people to be joining? A lot of foreign triathletes are going to be here for the weekend.
Yeah, I think they said there was about 24 foreign athletes, so it's growing. And I think there's some other elites from Australia and Indonesia and other neighboring countries. So yeah, I think the competition will be tough. You know, it's not going to be like a Cebu 70.3 tough, but yeah, there's going to be some fast guys here, and I think, you know, I'm betting on Rinny to set the new course record that her countrywoman set last year.
Right.
So.
Okay.
Putting pressure on Rinny.
Yeah.
Before the weekend.
Thanks a lot. Yeah.
But then, Rinny, aside from the competition, are you looking forward to, or have you done anything for yourself to explore the Philippines since it's your first time here?
Yeah, actually I flew in Monday night, and I was able to fly to Cebu, and I actually just got back this afternoon, so
Wow.
I was able to spend a day and a half there, and I enjoy the beach, and went snorkeling, and tons of beautiful fish.
But you still trained in Cebu?
I swam, so it was a recreational swim. I did a little run out there, but
This is not her normal race prep.
certainly not. But I wanted to make sure I could see some of your country while I was here. This is sort of, you got to take these opportunities when they come, and spend a few days in Cebu, and then I'll get to see Bataan in that area as well. So. And I got stuck in Manila traffic today, so I got to experience the whole spectrum there.
Arland, for somebody who's had extensive experience doing the triathlon, what is your advice for let's say Anton or myself or anybody who wants to get into the sport who has no previous background of triathlon?
Well, the good thing now in the Philippines is that there's a lot of coaches and trainers now, whereas before there weren't. There's almost like too many almost. But that's a good problem to have because you're going to get one-on-one coaching. The official partners of this race are, I think, Melvin Fausto, Ivan Leopoldo, and Jojo Makalintal, who's here in Quezon City. So, there's a ton of people you can call. Like, swimming for me is always the hardest. So if you have a good swim coach that can work on your technique, I think that's the biggest thing is having proper technique, balance, getting properly fitted on your bike, and then run technique is, so you have the proper stride and you get the right shoes. That if you're an overpronator, you get all those things that will keep you injury free, and that's the most important thing. And then you start building the distances slowly.
Grabe, partner. It sounds like a long process. I've actually never joined a triathlon.
Sounds like a very complicated.
No, but a sprint triathlon is shorter than doing a full 42K marathon. Because a sprint triathlon only takes about an hour, and a full marathon is at least 2 hours 50 or longer. So, do a sprint triathlon. It's a lot of fun.
Maybe in the future, but Rinny, we hope you're enjoying your stay here in the Philippines, and we wish you the best of luck. We hope you enjoy your race in Bataan.
I will.
Arland, congratulations.
Arland, congratulations, and good luck to both of you.
Thanks
this
so
weekend.
much.